Another day, another box score watching episode. We are at day 19, 19th, essentially 20th day of the NBA season. We had a 4-game slate yesterday on Sunday. It was a pretty fun one. So let's get right into it. As the Cavs won against the Lakers, and the Lakers are 2-7 now. The Cavs are on an 8-game winning streak. They've been on fire to start the season, and they are so fun to watch. It was a rocky start. It was a rocky start for the Cavs, as you know, the Lakers were actually playing really well in the first half, but the Cavs hung around, especially thanks to Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, who had 21 points each in the first half. But then they took off in the third quarter and never looked back, as they essentially blew the Lakers out the rest of the way. Donovan Mitchell was especially impressive with 33 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Darius Garland had a really good first half, then he kinda wore down in the second half, but he made some really great passes. He was still really impactful. Jared Allen, even though he missed a lot of easy bunnies, he had 16 and 11 and was impactful. And the bench, even though they didn't shoot as well as particularly they can, they were really impactful, especially Kevin Love, who had 10 and 10 off the bench, and they keep rolling. 8-game winning streak. They are really fun to watch. You got with Garland and Mitchell, they have two of the highlight monsters in this league. They're both a highlight waiting to happen, and I really love to watch them. We'll see how long they can keep the win streak going. As for the Lakers, well, LeBron looks older, even though, when he gets to the paint, he's still unstoppable. But on all of his mid-range shots or even three-pointers, it just looks, it all just looks weirder. And, they've not been falling in, and it feels like they've been kinda... maybe Father Time is catching up, but he's still averaging, a lot of points. He's still getting his numbers, but they aren't as impactful as they used to be. Everyone can see that. It's not a knock on him. It is what it is. He was still, feeling maybe the sickness, so that could also be affecting him. He had 27, 7, and 4, so he was still really good. Anthony Davis chimed in with 19 and 12, but he kind of disappeared in the second half. That's 2 games in a row where he scored just 2 points in the second half, something to look, forward to. Well, his back is clearly bothering him, and he's playing through it. So, that's something new for AD. A lot of people wanted it from him, but it might be to his detriment in the end. And there have been some rumors about AD trade talks, so we'll see if something comes up of that. Except for Russ, everyone else played really badly. You can take some positive from Troy Brown's shots, Lonnie Walker, you can get some good things from him. Kendrick Nunn essentially contributed more when he didn't play last year than he does this year, so there's that with Kendrick Nunn. Matt Ryan, we know he's a sniper, but, well, does it really matter? And the roster just is slim, so Russ off the bench still seems to be really good, even though he had 7 turnovers and, was kinda all over the place in the second half, but it still seems to be the most effective thing to do for the Lakers. We'll see if they make some moves, because the rumors are starting to twirl up, which is weird to see this early, but it kinda makes sense. The Raptors get a great win in Fred VanVleet's return over the Bulls. What was the biggest problem? What was the biggest problem for the Bulls? They missed Zach LaVine, obviously, and they lacked some size, as Toronto was really all over them with size, so that was a big problem. As Andre Drummond actually would have helped really in this game. DeMar, 7 of 9, 20 points. He was not as assertive or aggressive as I wanted him to be, but I think it makes sense as he let the other guys, get more involved. With Patrick Williams shooting 16 times, 13 and 7, not impressive stat-wise, but I think there's some positive signs to take from this, and he was playing against Toronto, who is one hell of a defense and has a lot of size, so it's not that easy to shoot well against them. Nikola Vucic continues to be really solid overall. Alex Caruso had a doubt of a game as he started, and Ayo Dosunmu also was not great in this game. It was the bench that kinda, kept them in it, with Goran Dragic feeling really good. 16, 2 and 2. Dallin Terry also making some contributions as a rookie. Well, and they missed Andre Drummond, who could have really been useful in this game. We'll see when he gets back. And with Fred VanVleet's return, the Raptors, winning again. Freddie had 30 points, 11 assists. He was really good. He made really clutch shots. He was there when they needed him to be there. OG Anunoby continues to be sensational. He had 22, 6, 3 steals and 1 blocks, and he made some clutch shots also. Scotty Barnes, still solid game, even though he didn't shoot as well as he usually does. plus. He had 19, 10, and 4. Gary Trent had 2 bad games in a row, so there's something to look forward to that. But they actually, played some of their bench, and maybe for their wrongdoings, as the bench was really horrendous. Christian Coloco continues to be really impressive. 11, 6, 2, and 6 blocks. He has been a revelation for them. Or a Porter, at least to me, in his 19 minutes was a positive for him, as he's getting back into shape, back into regular form. And the Raptors are a really good team even without Pascal Siakam. Hopefully they can hold it down, as he is rehabbing his injury. We're not still sure how long he's out. It is said to be at least 2 weeks. We'll see after that. Next up, we have the Grizzlies winning against the Wizards as they move to 7-3. Well, the story of the game for the Wizards was Jordan Goodwin, who was really good off the bench with 12, 8, and 5 in 26 minutes. But the starters weren't good enough today, as Bradley Beal is in health and safety protocols. Kyle Kuzma and Porzingis struggled. Corey Kispert didn't do particularly bad, but didn't do particularly well. Danny Avdija struggled. Monte Morris was solid, but well, no one else was. Rui Hachimura continues to really impress me overall, and I believe he should, get more minutes, even though his defense is a little suspect, but who cares, as you want to develop him. He was 7 of 12, his mid-range looks really pure, 15 points, and there's the silver lining for the Wizards. As for the Grizzlies, I've noticed Ja Morant had to leave the game early, and Desmond Bane also had some scary falls, man, and it happens a lot with these guys, and it's something to really be scared and worried about. With Ja, it was obvious. Ja with his style of play, it's obvious he's gonna take falls, he's gonna play hard, he's gonna go really crazy, but you really can't do that in the NBA if you wanna survive. And Desmond Bane also always seems to take some bad falls, so we'll see if they can somehow get better at falling, I guess. Dylan Brooks was breaking out there, 9 points, 4 of 14. Desmond Bane was really great though with 28, and he has been sensational. He's averaging 25 points per game this season, and he really stepped up this game. Ja was 9 of 27. He made some clutch shots though, and when he came back in from to check up in the locker room on his ankle, he essentially changed the game for him. Brandon Clark had his best game of the season with 16 and 5 on 7 of 8 shooting, so there's that for him, and they keep winning, so that's good as long as they held down until Jaren Jackson Jr. can get back. Well, hopefully they can stay healthy, and we'll see how this season goes. And last but not least, we have the Jazz winning against the Clippers. As the Jazz continue to really impress with their team play, with how great of a vibe they have in there, with some sensational ball. It's just been some flawless offense. I've been really impressed with their offense, especially down late in this game, where they got whatever they wanted. It was either a post up, it was a great pass out of the double teams, it was wide open threes. Some really great offense being played out there, and a solid defense, and that's a maneuver to win games. Lauri Markkanen 18, 9, and 3 on 5 of 9 shooting. He was good. Kelly Olynyk continues to be really solid as long as he's healthy. Jordan Clarkson had 23 points. Mike Conley had 17 points. Colin Sexton ended the game instead of Jordan Clarkson, and he made some clutch buckets. He had 22 points. THT had 5 points, but he had that 1 3-pointer where Marcus Morris was fucking lost. That was hilarious. I'll make sure to get that in there. Walker Kessler was really impressive in this game with 4 and 5. He, seemed to be really well out there, and they are just a good team. They are just a good team, and none of us can be surprised. We'll see if it falls apart, if they trade away the pieces, but they're a fun story, they're a great story, and I'm happy to see that, because the world needs stories like this always. As for the Clippers, they are the more depressing story, as Kawhi Leonard has been ruled out indefinitely, which doesn't bode well. His knee seems to be just bad. We'll see if he can recover. I really hope he can, because it's so sad to see one of the greater players of this generation go down with an injury and apparently just can't stay healthy and can't get the knee right. So prayers out to him, because it has to be mentally draining to be feeling you can stay healthy. So hopefully he's in a positive state of mind, got the right people around him. Paul George was really sensational in the game. He had 34, 8, and 4, but he kind of fizzled down late as he was cooking in the first 3 quarters. Then in the fourth quarter it was just not good enough. Terrence Mann had his best game of the season with 14, 3, and 3 with 2 steals. He was really solid. John Wall, even though I'll keep praising him, he has been kind of lackadaisical. Not that he's been bad, but not that he's been great. So I mean, probably what you expect from him. Well, Reggie Jackson shot just 3 times, which I don't think I ever saw from him. The bench continues to not be really also great for the Clippers, but well, the Clippers are just seem to be stuck. They seem to just be stuck that they are a good team and that's everything they're gonna be. Nothing special. So we'll see if what happens with Kawhi. As we keep, I'll keep you posted on everything that's gonna be coming out for him as maybe we get to know more. And today's slate of games is we have all 30 teams playing, which means we have 15 games. There are, on paper, the games aren't as great looking as you'd think they would be as all teams are playing, but Pacers, Pelicans, I'm looking forward to really. Suns, Sixers should be fun, even though there is no James Harden, and I'm not sure if Embiid is playing. I know he practiced, but who knows? Hawks, Bucks is gonna be great. Blazers, Heat could be fun. Raptors, Bulls should be fun. Grizzlies, Celtics should be fun, but I'm not sure if Ja will be playing since he, got hurt. Wolves, Snakes, I guess. Nets, Mavs should be also good, as Luka, will probably cook them. And Warriors, Kings should be offensive, juggernaut game. Jazz, Lakers, Cavs, Clippers, we'll see. We'll see what these games are looking like. I know there will be a lot of, there has to be some great games in 15 games. So we'll see what they are. There are some great candidates, especially, Pacers, Pelicans is my sneaky pick on a great game. Maybe not that sneaky, but I think that's going to be a great game. I'll make sure to cover it all. Then we have a day off, so I'll be releasing something else. We'll see what I'll think for the free day, as I won't be box score watching. Gonna be weird. I guess that's it. And like and subscribe. I'll see you all tomorrow.